Sophie's World, a Philosophical Journey. Author, Jostein Gaarder. Hello friends, and welcome to this amazing journey of knowledge. Today we're going to talk about a unique book that has introduced millions to the complex world of philosophy. This book is the unparalleled masterpiece by Norwegian author Jostein Gaarder, Sophie's World. It's not just a novel, but a work that presents the entire history of philosophy as a thrilling mystery. In this video, along with Sophie, in about 30 to 40 minutes, we'll try to understand the universe's biggest mysteries and the ideas of great philosophers. So, let's begin Sophie's philosophical journey. Part 1. The Mysterious Beginning and Philosophical Questions. The story begins with a seemingly ordinary 15-year-old girl, Sophie Amundsen, who one day finds two mysterious notes in her mailbox. The first note reads, "Who are you?" and the second, "Where did the world come from?" These questions make us think too, don't they? These are the questions we often ask in childhood, but forget as we grow up. They're the foundation of philosophical thought. Soon, Sophie starts receiving more letters from an unknown philosopher, Alberto Knox. These letters begin teaching her about the history of philosophy. Knox tells her that being a philosopher means questioning everything, wondering about what we usually take for granted. Just as a rabbit emerges from a magician's hat, we too have emerged from the universe's rabbit hat, and we begin to wonder where this hat came from and how we got into it. This mystery and curiosity mark the beginning of Sophie's and our philosophical journey. Part 2. Ancient Greek Philosophy, Natural Philosophers, and Socrates. Alberto Knox first introduces Sophie to the ancient Greek philosophers. These early philosophers, known as natural philosophers, try to understand the fundamental substance of the universe. Thales thought that everything was made of water. Anaximander said it was made of the indefinite. Heraclitus declared change as the only stable truth of the universe. You cannot step into the same river twice. Parmenides, in contrast, called change an illusion and stated that what is. Then comes the most significant turning point, Socrates. Socrates shifted questions from nature to human life, ethics, and knowledge. He challenged those who pretended to have knowledge and used to say, "I know only that I know nothing." He believed that true knowledge comes from self-knowledge. Sophie learns that Socrates never wrote anything, but taught through dialogues. Ultimately, he was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth of Athens, and he gladly accepted the cup of hemlock. Socrates' life and death established the importance of asking questions and seeking truth in philosophy. Part 3. Plato and Aristotle, Ideas and Reality. Socrates' disciple, Plato, carried forward his teacher's ideas and presented the theory of the world of forms. According to Plato, everything we see in this physical world is merely a shadow. The real and complete truth exists in the world of forms, where everything has an ideal form, like an ideal horse or ideal beauty. Through his famous allegory of the cave, he explained that we humans are like prisoners bound in a cave who only see shadows on the walls and consider them to be real. A true philosopher is one who steps out of the cave and sees the real sun, truth. Plato's student, Aristotle, was different from him. Aristotle did not agree with his teacher's concept of the world of forms. He believed that reality lies within the physical world around us, which we can experience with our senses. Aristotle made significant contributions to various fields such as logic, biology, politics, and ethics. He presented the principle of the golden mean, which states that the best path for any virtue is a balance between two extremes, e.g., courage is the mean between cowardice and recklessness. Aristotle emphasized understanding the cause of things e.g., why a seed becomes a tree. These two distinct philosophical methods of Plato and Aristotle, one centered on ideas, the other on experience, became the foundation of Western philosophy. Part 4. Middle Ages and Renaissance. In the Middle Ages, Christianity dominated Europe, and philosophy merged with theology. Philosophers like St. Augustine linked Plato's ideas with Christianity, arguing that God is the source of the world of forms. Later, St. Thomas Aquinas attempted to prove the tenets of Christianity using Aristotle's logic. During this period, emphasis was placed on understanding the relationship between faith and reason. Then came the Renaissance. This was a great resurgence, moving away from the religious conservatism of the Middle Ages to focus on humans and their capabilities. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo depicted the beauty and power of the human body. Science also saw a revolution. Copernicus proposed that the Earth revolves around the sun, and Galileo proved it by observing with a telescope. At this time, humanity began to place itself at the center of the universe and try to understand nature through logic and observation. This was a shift where the dominance of religion began to wane, and human rationality and scientific discovery gained importance. Part 5. Baroque period, empiricism, and rationalism. The 17th century, also known as the Baroque period, gave birth to two main currents in philosophy: rationalism and empiricism. René Descartes, considered the father of rationalism, gave the famous dictum, "I think, therefore I am, cogito, ergo sum." He doubted everything, but he could not doubt that he was doubting, hence his existence. He argued that true knowledge comes only from reason and logic, not from the senses. In contrast, empiricists like John Locke believe that our mind at birth is like a blank slate, tabula rasa, and all knowledge is acquired through experience by the senses. David Hume, another empiricist, pushed skepticism to its extreme. He argued that we can never truly know the necessary connection between cause and effect. We only observe that things happen together. Hume questioned many philosophical concepts, including the existence of God and the continuity of the self. During this period, Spinoza considered God and nature to be one, while Leibniz presented the theory of a universe made of invisible, indivisible units called monads. These ideas sparked deep debates about the nature of knowledge, reality, and the limits of the human mind. Part 6. Kant and Romanticism. Immanuel Kant achieved a significant synthesis between rationalism and empiricism. He argued that knowledge does not come solely from experience, but our mind also shapes the external world through its categories, such as space, time, and causality. We don't see things as they truly are, but as they appear in our minds. Kant also made important contributions to ethics, including the categorical imperative, which states that you should always act in such a way that your actions could become universal laws. Following this came Romanticism, which was a reaction against the excessive emphasis on logic and reason. Romantic artists and philosophers stressed the importance of emotion, nature, art, and individual experience. They sought to understand the world not only through logic, but also through feeling and intuition. This section also introduces Hegel, who viewed history as a dynamic development of ideas, the dialectical process, thesis, antithesis, synthesis. And then comes Kierkegaard, considered the father of existentialism. He emphasized individual freedom, choice, and the solitude of existence. He believed that we must create the meaning of our own lives without any external moral code. Understand. Part 7. Marx, Darwin, Freud, and Existentialism. The 19th and 20th centuries saw some more revolutionary changes in philosophy. Karl Marx focused on society and economy. He argued that history is the history of class struggles, and capitalism would ultimately lead to a proletarian revolution. His ideas gave birth to communism and socialism. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution shook religious and philosophical thought. He believed that species evolve through natural selection, not divine intervention. This forced a rethinking of humanity's place in the universe. Sigmund Freud revolutionized psychology. He introduced the concept of the unconscious mind and argued that many of our actions and thoughts are controlled not by our conscious will, but by unconscious motivations. And finally, existentialism emerges, including philosophers like Sartre and Albert Camus. Existentialists believe that existence precedes essence. This means that we have no predetermined purpose or essence. We must first exist and then create our essence through our choices and actions. They emphasize finding meaning even while acknowledging the absurdity of life. Conclusion and Sophie's own awakening. Sophie's world is not just a comprehensive survey of philosophy. It is also a mysterious story that compels us to ponder. What is reality? Are Sophie and Alberto Knox merely characters in a story, or do they have some real existence? This book does not consider philosophy merely a collection of dry theories, but rather an exploration of life's greatest questions. It teaches us that being a philosopher is not a title, but a lifestyle, a way of life where we question everything, wonder, and search for the meaning of our existence. Through this book, Jostein Gaarder has made philosophy so accessible and exciting that it attracts readers of all ages. We hope this journey has given you a glimpse into the wonderful world of Sophie's world and the history of philosophy. If you like this video, please like it, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your opinions and suggestions are welcome in the comments section. See you in the next video. Until then, thank you and keep seeking knowledge.